Hello and welcome to today's program. I am Ogechuku Ukekwe. The Nigerian Health Commissioner Forum has launched Project 10 Million, which is a nationwide health campaign designed to raise awareness and reduce the burden of non-communicable diseases, particularly hypertension and diabetes. Chairman of the NHCF and Commissioner for Health and Human States in Ekiti State, Oyebanji Filani, disclosed this in a statement in Abuja. Filani said that the campaign with the theme Know Your Number, Control Your Number is aimed at screening 10 million Nigerians for hypertension and diabetes between October 28 and November 3, 2024. He said that hypertension and diabetes has become a significant health challenge in Nigeria, contributing to 27% of all annual deaths. He said that the probability of dying from these diseases between the ages of 30 and 70 is 17%, underscoring the need for urgent intervention. The Nigerian government has reaffirmed its dedication to promoting eye health, emphasizing the crucial role good vision plays in nation's development and security. This is as a member of the House of Representatives, Emeka Idu, unveiled plans to rally lawmakers and key stakeholders to push for legislation aimed at improving eye care, particularly for children. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Ali Pate, underscores the vital link between good eyesight and overall health, noting that its importance cannot be overemphasized. We'll go on a short break and the program will return shortly.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
And wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the go-to app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other People Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello. Alahaji. Right now I'm in Abuja. No. Hello? Adamu. Right now I'm in Kano. Yes. When I get back, I will just call you. Look, what is wrong with you? I'm talking on the phone and you are gesticulating and doing. What's wrong with you?
Daddy, where exactly are we as we speak?
Are you alright? This is Lagos.
Well, you just lied to someone that we are in Abuja.
Keep quiet. Who told you can tell an elderly person is lying?
Daddy, you just lied. And by lying, you are raising corrupt children for the future of Nigeria. That is corruption, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. Nutrition plays a critical role in both preventing and managing chronic diseases. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetable, whole grain, lean protein, and healthy fats help reduce the risk factors associated with conditions like cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, obesity, and cancer. Specific nutrient and dietary patterns can support immune functions, regulate blood sugar level, maintain healthy weight, strengthen bone, and improve overall health outcomes. Adopting a nutritious diet tailored to individuals' needs combined with regular physical activities and other healthy lifestyle habits is key to achieving long-term health and well-being. Regular consultation with healthcare professionals ensure personalized dietary guidance for optimal disease prevention and management. Well, joining me on the program to discuss further is Asagba, who is a certified nutritionist. Thank you for joining us on the program. So as an expert, could you clarify what nutrition entails? Because many individuals are aware of the need for balanced meal, but often lack a deeper understanding of what nutrition truly involves.
Yes, thank you very much for having me in the program. Nutrition is basically a science that focuses on food, nutrients, and how these things affect your body. So when we eat, we get nutrients from food, and then these nutrients now, play a role in every single process in our body, from our breathing to our heart beating to digestion. Every single thing in our body is controlled by the nutrients we get from food.
So how does nutrition play a role in preventing and management of chronic diseases?
All right, so good nutrition, keeps our bodies healthy and reduces the risk of long-term illnesses like diabetes, hypertension, kidney disease, cancer, and all of that. You see, eating the right foods, it supports a healthy weight, it keeps your blood sugar in check, it keeps your blood pressure in check, it strengthens your immune system, and it just prevents your body from contracting more diseases. Like I said earlier, these nutrients control every single process in your body. So when there's a deficit or when you're lacking something, things can kind of go haywire. So it's very, very important to eat the right foods in the right amount so you can get the correct amount of nutrients you need for your body to function properly.
So what would you say are some of the key nutrients that everyone should include in their daily diet, and why is it important for overall health?
All right, so we group our nutrients into two groups. We have the macronutrients, which are the nutrients we need in large amounts, and we have the micronutrients, which are the ones we need in smaller amounts. So the macronutrients are carbohydrates, protein, and fats, while the micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. So let me break down what each of these nutrients do in your body. Carbohydrates, they provide energy, all the energy you need to go about your day, for your body to be able to move around, for you to be able to walk. That's what carbohydrate provides for you. And you can get them from fruits, vegetables, whole grains like rice, oats, yam. All your swallow are carbohydrate foods. And also vegetables too that supply fiber. Now, your protein supports muscle growth, it supports repair of your body tissues. It's also like important in immune function. And you can get protein from meats, chicken, eggs, fish, all animal products. And you can also get protein from plant sources. So if people are not aware about this, but you can also get protein from some plants like mushrooms, spinach, and even egusi. Protein can be found in egusi. And then we also have fats. Fats are very necessary for producing hormones and also for energy. So your cooking oil is a source of fat. Your nuts, seeds, and also avocados are also sources of fat. Now, for the vitamins and minerals, they're needed in very small amounts, but you can get them in every single food you eat. They are very, very important for all bodily functions. That's what controls your breathing, your heart beating, your movements. And you can get them from fruits and vegetables mostly. That's where you can mainly get your vitamins and minerals.
So what are the key components of a balanced diet, and how do they contribute to overall health?
All right. So all these nutrients I just mentioned are a key component of a balanced diet. But I
Okay.
think the problem is that a lot of people think you need to eat fancy food or imported food for your food to be balanced. No, your regular Nigerian meals can also be part of a balanced diet. Just have your carbohydrates. You can say your swallow, have it with soup and meat. That is actually a balanced diet, in case you are not aware. You can also have the rice and vegetable, just a regular meal. Just try and mix it together in a plate. You should have your carbohydrates from what I mentioned earlier. You should have your source of protein, maybe your meat, chicken, fish, or eggs, and have vegetables on the side. Having all of that in one meal is what makes up a balanced diet.
How can someone determine their individual nutritional needs based on factors like age, gender, their activity level, and their health status?
All right. So your individual nutritional needs vary based on several factors. You
Okay.
mentioned age and gender.
Yeah.
So different stages of life require different nutritional levels. For example, there are some nutrients that are more crucial for children, like calcium and zinc. And there are some that are more crucial for older people too, like protein and vitamin D. Your activity level also plays a very important role in your nutritional status. People that are more active require more energy to go about their day. Someone that sits down all day doesn't require as much energy as someone that maybe goes to the site as a bricklayer or goes to the gym. So those are different things that can make up a nutritional status. Another thing is your health status too. People that have conditions like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, they have their own specific nutritional needs. But it's not very possible to determine it by yourself. That's why you need the help of a personal nutritionist to come up with this for you, to determine your own nutritional needs and come up with a personalized meal plan that can help you create a meal plan based on these factors.
So how does consuming adequate fiber impact digestive health and overall well-being, and also preventing and managing chronic diseases?
Okay, so there are different roles fiber plays, and let's just take it one by one.
Okay.
The first one is digestive health. You think that fiber keeps your digestive system functioning very smoothly. It helps to promote, regular bowel movement. It makes you go to the toilet more. It just helps the food move along from your stomach before you pass it out very smoothly, and also prevents constipation. Another thing fiber does that it helps to, regulate blood sugar. And this is very, very important for people that have diabetes. Fiber slows the absorption of sugar into your blood, and that what kind of keeps your blood sugar in check. So that's another work of fiber. Another one we have is weight management, which is very, very important. You see, foods that are high in fiber make you feel fuller when you take less of it. So that also helps, to control the amount of food a person that's trying to lose weight eats. Another thing is also manages your cholesterol. Fiber also helps to, lower what we call the bad cholesterol, which is LDL, and it also helps to reduce the risk of heart disease that way. So those are the roles fiber plays.
What are the signs of nutritional deficiencies, and how can they be addressed through diet or supplementation?
Okay. So, different nutritional deficiencies have their own signs, and it manifests in so many different ways. Sometimes they can show as being tired a lot or being weak. It can show as having dry skin, losing a lot of hair. It can also show as someone just getting sick a lot and having frequent infections. Now, things that nutritional deficiencies have to be diagnosed by a doctor after they have run the appropriate tests, and then they cannot be managed by a nutritionist. So to address them, when you have been diagnosed with a deficiency, you have to start with dietary changes. You have to include foods that contain that particular nutrient that you are missing. So if you say that you have deficiency of vitamin C, you have to start taking more of fruits and more of vegetables. And if necessary, supplements should not be used anyhow, only when necessary and only when prescribed by a doctor or a nutritionist.
Are there any specific diet plans as a nutritionist that you can recommend for our viewers for managing chronic diseases such as low carb or anti-inflammatory diets?
Well, there are different dietary management guidelines for each chronic disease. Each disease has its own dietary management guidelines. And even at that, not a one size fits all approach. You may not put two diabetic people on the same type of meal plan. Now, the basic principles I want to mention, they all count, which are these things I'm about to list now. Number one is to eat more of whole foods, eat more of rich natural foods, drink a lot of water. Water helps to prevent a lot of diseases, and I don't think we understand that a lot. Another very, very important thing is our portion size, especially for we in this community. Portion size is very, very crucial. You don't need to eat a lot of food for you to be full. All those 10 wraps of amala or 15 wraps of food, you really don't need all that food. Eat everything you eat in moderation. And one very important thing is also reduce the amount of processed foods you take. Very, very important. Now, if you're managing any chronic disease, maybe diabetes, hypertension, PCOS, please and please see a nutritionist so that they can come up with a meal plan that is designed for you. Because what works for your friend might not work for you. Very important.
Are there any specific dietary strategies to support immune functions?
Support immune functions. Yes, there are. The most important thing, like we mentioned earlier, and we'll be mentioning since, to consume a balanced diet. Now, your immune system is mostly supported by protein, like I mentioned earlier, and vitamins and minerals. Here in Nigeria, most time we don't have enough protein with our meals. We can take a lot of maybe swallow and soup and then have very little meat. Don't shy away from protein. Protein is very, very important for you. Make sure you eat enough meat, you eat your eggs, eat your fish, and always have vegetables in your meals. Vegetables and fruits are the main things that contribute to a good immune system.
So what are the physiological effects of excessive sugar consumption on the body, and how can one identify hidden sugary processed foods?
All right. Excess sugar on the body can lead to excess sugar in the blood and then excess sugar in your cells also. And when there's so much sugar in your cells, you can begin to start deteriorating the functions. You can start coming down with diabetes, start having kidney diseases, even problems with your eyes. So many different things can occur as a result of excess sugar in the body. Now, how to spot excess sugar in your food? If you are buying processed foods, always turn to the back and look at the labels. Now, sometimes they may not write it as sugar per se. There's so many different names they can call it. They can call it sucrose. They can call it sweeteners. There's so many different names that they give to the name of sugar. So make sure you always turn to the back and look at the ingredients, and that tells you what's contained inside that food you are eating.
So you mentioned portion control earlier. So what strategies can one use to better understand portion sizes, and how can this awareness help with weight management and nutritional balance?
Okay. So one of the easiest ways as someone who wants to start portion control is to get, there are these cups that all these bakers use to measure their foods. That's one of the first ways to start portion controlling. The important thing that we usually measure is your carbohydrate foods. Rice, swallow, your yam, potato. Those are the major things we try to control when it comes to, portioning foods. What you think about it, what you normally eat, first and foremost, try and eat half of what you usually eat. If you're someone that fills your entire plate with rice, try and reduce it to maybe half of the plate, and let's have the other half for vegetables and your protein. So there are different ways you can also count it. And when it comes to swallow, the regular portion size is what we call one fist. So you look at the size of your hand and try and measure your swallow. If it's more than the size of your fist, you have already exceeded, the portion size for that. So in mainly carbohydrates with portion control. For vegetables, there is no portion you should stick to. You can have as many vegetables as possible. And when it comes to protein, like your meat, chicken, or fish, you can say for eggs, you can have one egg, two eggs, or a maximum of three eggs in a day. You can have, maybe if it's like a regular cut of meat, you can have like two or three of it in a meal. Same thing goes for fish, your chicken, turkey. Just make sure that your carbohydrate intake is portion controlled. Try and have a smaller amount of carbohydrates compared to the rest of the portions on your meal.
So many people do not actually know what a balanced meal entails. So can you provide examples of balanced meal that supports disease management?
All right. Like I said earlier, see, a balanced meal is not difficult at all. You don't need to have all the imported foods. You don't need to start going to look for broccoli or cauliflower. You can get a balanced meal just from the comfort of your market and from your home. Every single thing you have in your house can lead to a balanced meal. Make sure you always have your carbohydrates, your source of protein, and vegetable on each plate. Once you have all those three, you are possibly going to get all the nutrients you need for that particular day if you have those three components on your plate. So even having three of that can count as a balanced meal.
So what are the nutritional profiles of common healthy snacks and how can they fit into a balanced diet without contributing to excessive caloric intake?
All right. So for healthy snacks, you can snack on a lot of things. You don't need to probably go to the supermarket and get some biscuits or sweets to snack on because snacks are also very important if you are managing your calorie intake and if you're someone that maybe works a lot during the day and you need some energy. So you can snack on vegetables, you can snack on cucumber, you can snack on garden egg, you can snack on carrots. You can also have smoothies or yogurts as a snack. You can also have chocolates, but the type of chocolate we recommend is dark chocolate. It has to have at least 50% of cocoa in it for it to be considered dark chocolate.
Okay, so there are some myths about taking sugary things like that's the soda, so many sodas or sugary things lead to diabetes. How true is this?
Yes, so what we say is that excess sugar can be a risk factor. It's combined with so many other different. It's not a direct thing. You cannot say if you take 10 bottles of a soft drink, you're going to get diabetes. It doesn't work that way. There are so many things that play together. The amount of sugar you take, the portions, like I mentioned earlier, is a very, very big thing. And what people tend to forget is that another thing is family history. Some diseases like this run in a family, and if you probably have someone that had it in your family, you're also at risk of getting it. So it's not a definite thing that okay, sugar equals to diabetes. No, you also have to look at the different types of sugar. You have sugar in rice, you have sugar in yam, you have sugar in swallow. So what type of sugar are you taking? Is it from the whole foods or is it from the very processed foods? That's another factor to look out for. You should take more sugar from whole foods than from processed foods to prevent diabetes.
So there used to be some arguments in some people that beans has more carbohydrates compared to rice. How true is this?
Well, we can't say it's compared to rice, and it also depends on the type of beans. So there are different types of beans. But what I can say is that yes, beans contains a lot of carbohydrates compared to what they taught us in school about protein. It also contains protein, but it also has a very large amount of carbohydrates. Fiber can be counted as carbohydrate, and beans is very, very rich in fiber. But compared to rice, I would say rice has more carbohydrates than beans.
Okay, well, Ogene Asagba, a certified nutritionist. Thank you for lending your thoughts on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
And that's all we can take on this episode of 360 Health. Many thanks for watching. See you next time.